I have never tried butter on a Pop-Tart, so we're going to change that today. I toasted these. I have some of this, what's this, that Kerrygold Irish butter. So, let's see how this tastes. I assume I have to put it on, I should put one piece of butter on both sides, either side. And I assume it has to be a giant, unnecessary slab like this, right? So let's try it out. I always thought this was just something that made fun of how much of a fat fuck Eric Cartman is. But this is an actual thing. People do this. Which makes sense because this is, oh God. It makes sense because, Pop-Tart is just a very sugary, ultra-processed version of other types of breakfast pastries or tarts or whatever. It's just a really, poor substitute for that. Wow, look at that. The butter is already nice and melted on there. I figured it's got to have like a ton of butter on there, right? Just to make sure I get, if I'm going to try this, I got to make sure I get plenty of that butter flavor in there. Let me make sure this is in the camera here. So, this will be interesting. I doubt I'm going to be able to finish both of these, but it's just for the video, right? These videos are fun. I don't know why. I like trying things, but I don't want to. I don't know. I honestly would never just make this on my own other than filming it to get a reaction. I would never make this. Pop-Tarts alone are already very bad for you. This is the worst, one of the worst things you could eat. But they are very good. They're one of my favorites. This is a classic. I love Pop-Tarts. This one's got plenty of melted butter on it, so why don't we try this? Jeez, it's nice and hot. This bitch is melting. Holy shit. It's melted so much, it's literally like a butter sauce on there now. That's very satisfying. I take back what I just said a minute ago. I feel like this is actually the most ideal way to eat Pop-Tarts. It's one of those things, if it's already bad for you, why not go all the way, right? Or if it's already like kind of a bullshit food. The reason why Pop-Tarts are bad, well, what makes bad food bad to me, it's not what's in it, it's what isn't in it. This is doing nothing for my body but giving me refined sugars. And just unnecessary shit like that. But again, Pop-Tarts are good. As long as you're not eating these every day. As long as you're not eating them for breakfast every single day. It's really bad to start your day off with sugar because your body just gets used to it and wants more of it throughout the day. And diabetes is knocking on your door all of a sudden. But I just want to have a healthy relationship with this stuff and make sure I'm not attributing to the scary extremes that diet culture is in. It's like people are either eating like very unhinged animals or restricting themselves to the point that they're not really enjoying much of anything. Anyway, not for this to turn into a lecture on health. I just want to point all that out because it's very important to be aware of these things. And I try to be aware of these things. What I am very sure of now is this is a very solid way to eat a Pop-Tart. And the main reason that is because butter just is perfect for any hot pastry or breakfast type of, bread. Any, like, not bread, but just bread in general, but specifically anything dough-wise is going to be very good with butter, obviously. So this is solid. This is actually an amazing way to eat Pop-Tarts, but not. This is something to split with somebody. This is you both have one Pop-Tart maybe and a little bit of the butter on there. I'm already done. Like that's basically I only ate like one of them basically, and I don't want any more. That's really good though. Having said all that, having said everything that I've been saying, shitting on Pop-Tarts and why they're so bad for us, this was really fucking good. And I love the wild berry flavor of Pop-Tarts. This is a classic flavor. And I totally understand now. I totally get why butter on a Pop-Tart is like a whole, just why it's a thing. It makes total sense. But again, butter can't really, it would, I don't think it can ruin any dish. I don't know if it can mess with anything and not add something good to it, because butter is just perfect. Like what Julia Roberts' character says in Eat, Pray, Love. I've never seen that movie, but I can appreciate that. What the writer said in that one line or whatever, that basically butter is such a solid foundation for anything and everything when it comes to food. But this is delicious. Just a heads up. I love this. And I think this is one of the most delicious additions, like just a twist on something that I've eaten my whole life. I only, as an adult, realized how much better they are toasted. Now I understand why putting butter, you obviously don't have to put as much butter as I did on there, but it's really good with like a nice tablespoon of butter. A nice serving, a nice solid serving of it. And I'm just going to go throw this in the trash. The rest of this, at least. Because I don't want it. If there was a way to send that to you all through the screen, I would, I promise you. But that's something as simple as what I just did, is what has helped me kind of cut back on all of this stuff and not go nuts with food. It's just, for many years when I was younger, I didn't really have a lot of money that I felt really bad about wasting any food that I would try. I would try to eat everything and anything that we had, that my mom and I had. So I recently started telling myself, or in the last few years at least, been trying to like just tell myself, you don't have to finish everything. You don't have to always clean the plate. You don't have to. It's okay to waste food. It's okay to throw away food when it's, as far as if you don't want it. The same thing with drinks, like alcohol. I like at the end of the movie Kids, when Casper is just drinking all of the empty beers, like all the fucking like warm backwash beer that's the bottom of all the 40s that he's just drinking. That's what I used to do when I was, even if I had friends over and they didn't finish their beers, I'd finish their beers, and really that's what led to some weight gain for myself, was feeling bad about letting anything go to waste or not wanting to throw anything out. And yeah, now I've changed that. This felt like a perfect video to bring this up. I don't want every food review to get into me talking about like, I'm just so, I don't want to get into, being a fucking parent with this shit or taking all the fun out of this. But I'm so conscious of it myself lately. And the more you learn about how much the food that you eat impacts just how you feel, how it affects your brain, your body, everything. It's not just like how it affects your health from a physical, like your body standpoint. It literally like will affect your brain and change the way that you feel and think. And outside of fun little treats like this, I only like try to do these things for these videos too. And I've realized like I kind of want to save these moments for just filming it and giving my thoughts on it. And I won't make, this will be the last thing I say about like health stuff. I promise I won't do this in these videos, because next video I do, I want to try some different chocolate milks or different milk flavors in general. I just want to try all sorts of stuff like this. But obviously what gets clicks is the unhealthy food and the bad stuff. So if you want to see someone eating this consciously and being very aware of just give you an idea of what it's doing to your body or my body or whatever, then you might appreciate these reviews. But I promise you, watching food content, if you're someone obsessed with your diet or obsessed with food or obsessed with these things, I promise watching food content on the internet is really not helpful unless you just love the art of it. I try to look at it from an artistic standpoint. Like I look at food videos more so as like, oh wow, look at how good the production is and how good they're making the food look. Like I almost look at it as a filmmaker or a producer more so, you know, than anything else, because there's also just a lot of really interesting food content. I feel like we've been at a peak of interesting food and drink videos on the internet for the last decade. There's just been, I mean, it's absolutely destroyed Food Network and Travel Channel, but that's what it used to be. It's what, you know, watching Bourdain and all those guys growing up, a lot of Iron Chef and, you know, Good Eats and all that stuff. I watched a lot of that shit with my dad growing up. So I've just always loved like food and entertainment and all that stuff. But I hope that these videos are entertaining or informative in some way. Butter on a Pop-Tart, that was very delicious. Very, very delicious. Once in a blue moon treat. I am begging you not to eat this more than once a year. Please don't. Please don't do that to yourself. Or if you do want to have these things, then just split them with other people. But if you're eating, you know, I don't know. I don't want to judge people for what they're eating. I don't care. It's your health. It's your life. Do whatever the fuck you want. Just, you know, be fully aware of what you're doing. That's all. Be consciously eating and being aware of what we put into our bodies. It's so important. It's, I guess, the only reason. Growing up in America, you see how much you see how much of an issue this stuff is. So I guess that's why I like to really point that stuff out. And I assume if you clicked on this video, you're, you know, I don't assume you're, I assume that you're wanting to see that stuff. I don't know. You see what this food did to my brain? I was smoking weed all day at work too, so. I'm terrible at food reviews. This is bad. This is terrible. I just made the food I was talking about look like it was poison, and it's not. It was very delicious. It just feels like poison for the body. Again, once you know what's in it. Pop-Tarts are one of the worst but most tasty foods that you can eat. So put the fucking butter on it, because fuck it. put the butter on it, because who gives a shit? It's already bad for you. Just like fair food. Fuck it. Like, just go all out, and if you're going to do it right. Right?